Hey, thanks for checking out Nuts and Bolts with Tone. Today we're going to go over the February Mac Tools flyer. Alright, so let's check out what we got here. Alright, so this here on the cover looks like we have some RBRT sockets, some Torx, some eTorx, some Allens. So it looks like that's what they're going after. You got the vice grips. Alright, let's check it out. Okay, so here we are, DeWalt. All kinds of DeWalt stuff here. You would think it's a DeWalt flyer, not a Mac Tools flyer. So let's see. I really haven't owned much DeWalt stuff since I was in construction. Let's go over it here. So pretty much you can get everything cordless now. It's pretty cool. So they have this brushless FlexVolt cordless grinder. Man, I bet that would come in handy sometimes. Wow, look at that. That is really cool. So it looks like you get all of this for $400. It's a 60 volt max grinder bundle. Huh. So you get the grinder. You get a fan cooled charger. You get a battery. And a Metal Max diamond combo cut and grinding wheel. Wow. I bet that thing cuts fantastic. I bet that thing cuts through anything. I don't know how much that relates to our industry. I'm just trying to think about, we have cut-off wheels and stuff like that. I don't know. I think that's more geared towards the construction field, but I don't know. Drop a comment if this really, really works for you. So over here we have the 20 volt max XR Tool Connect hammer drill kit. Okay, so this is for $249. Looks like it's normally $274. So you're saving $25. It comes with a compact hammer drill, 2 batteries, and a charger. Okay, so that's definitely for construction right there. Man, that is so much smaller. I remember back in the day, my DeWalt hammer drill was big. Man, that is... wow. I like the Tool Connect right there. That's the battery charger, I'm guessing. That tells you how much charge you have. Okay, so that's the back of the hammer drill. I guess you can click on it and see. Wow, that's nice. I like that. All right, so let's roll over here to get this free. All right, 20 volt max angle grinder. Okay. So you get this free. So you get a 20 volt max lithium ion angle grinder, 8,000 RPMs. Looks like it comes with a grinder, a hex wrench, a grinding guard. Okay, so pretty much everything that just relates to the grinder. And so you get that for free when you buy this 20 volt max 3 tool combo kit. All right, let's just talk about what's in it first. You get a brushless high torque 1/2 inch impact wrench with a hog ring anvil. Okay. You get a 20 volt 3/8 impact wrench, a 20 volt LED handheld area light, and 2 batteries, 1 charger, and a bag. Okay. All right. So wow, look at that. That impact wrench looks like it delivers 700 foot-pounds of torque with 1,200 foot-pounds of breakaway torque. Wow, that's pretty strong. Yeah, huh. So you get all that. That's pretty cool right there. Look at that. I don't know how efficient that light would be for us, but I could totally see the 3/8 impact and the 1/2 inch impact coming in handy. And you get a free angle grinder. And that's all for, oh wow, look at that, $640. You save $140. I will pass on that, but hey, you know what? I also am not buying a 1/2 inch cordless impact either. That's just not something I'm interested in buying. Unless somebody gave me a heck of a deal. All right, so we're going to get this free impact locking extension set. So you get a 3-inch, a 6-inch, and a 12-inch impact locking extensions. So that's pretty cool right there. You know it's not going to come loose if it's an impact. So what do you have to buy? All right, so when you buy this set of metric 3/8 universal impact sockets, 10 pieces, 10 millimeter through 19, comes in a little tray, or I guess that's on a, oh, it looks like a tray. That's on a metal socket tray. Okay, it is a metal socket tray. Okay, so $362.99. So you're saving $200 there. And you're getting these 3 locking extensions. Yeah, you know, you already know how I feel about this. I'm not buying Mac universal sockets. I'm not buying Snap-on universal sockets. I personally prefer Sunex. I'm sure other brands make good ones, but I have the Sunex and I like them, so I'm going to stick with them. But let's talk about what else there is. You get this free impact locking extension set, okay? So pretty much this 3, 6, and 12. All right, so they're giving that away with everything. All right. And then in this one, okay, so it's exactly the same, except for you're buying the standard set of impact universal swivel sockets for $274.99, and you're saving $200. All right, I don't own any impact universal sockets. I don't use them very often. I have universal wobble sockets that, you know, the ones that get loose and you have to put electrical tape around them. But very rarely do I need them. So I'm going to pass on that one as well. Let me know if that seemed like a good deal for you. That's not a good deal for me. All right, now this page right here. Now, this is a good page here. We're going to talk about new fast release locking pliers. All right, so you got this 10-inch curved jaw 3-time grip locking pliers for $34.99. Those right there. Now, you know what these are good for? These are really good for when you have an inner tie rod that's stuck, an outer tie rod is stuck to the inner tie rod. And you've sprayed it down, you've loosened the nut up, and as you turn the nut, the inner tie rod turns. So what you do is you put a vice grip around it, and you get it right at the control arm or right up at the axle, wherever it's going to stop, wherever something on the car is going to stop the vice grip from moving, and you clamp it down on the inner tie rod, and you clamp the crap out of it, and then you use your wrench to break the outer tie rod free. Let me tell you, that works fantastic. Use your wrench to break the nut free from the inner tie rod. Man, that works great right there. I can see those pliers working fantastic because they've got like a little bit of a square to them. And you got these 10-inch straight jaw locking pliers. You know, I don't own any of these. The only thing I have straight jaw is vice grips, is needle nose. And that's actually not a bad price. $35. It seemed like it's not a bad price for. I haven't bought a pair of vice grips in a long time. I'm not real sure how much they normally are, but so then another 10-inch. This is all 10-inch. It looks like all 10-inch. So it's a curved jaw with a cutter. With cutter locking pliers. Huh. Okay. All right. So they have a little cutter on them. Now, you know, this down here, this would have been good. You know, I haven't ever had any use for these. So you got an 11-inch locking plier, 11-inch C-clamp locking plier, an 11-inch C-clamp with swivel pad locking plier. Okay, so you can swivel it around. All right, so those are $50. So both pairs are $50. So not too bad. Not too bad. That page isn't too bad. Pretty cool. All right, now this page right here, I'm gonna tell you right now, man. So I bought a Dead Below hammer from Harbor Freight, and I used it for, man, quite a while. And I don't think I paid much for it. So I guess this is 3 different. You got a 15 ounce, a 21 ounce, a 28 ounce, a 48 ounce, and a 56 ounce. You get all 5 of these for $250. You know, I bought my last one at Lowe's. I went to Lowe's and bought a Cobalt one, because it's easier to warranty. The Lowe's is closer. Again, I'm going to pass on that one, but hey, I mean, if you really want a whole bunch of Dead Below hammers, there you go. I don't think that's a good buy right there. I don't think that's a good idea. But there they are. All right. So my coworker has this set. And, you know, if I didn't already own the E-Torx and the regular Torx, and this would be a good set for me. See, I like all the Torx. This has got tamper-proof Torx sockets. I don't have any. I only have tamper-proof Torx bits. So you got all these you got all these Torx. So it looks like we're going to go with external starware. So we got the E-Torx, E4 through E20. You got the Torx, they're calling them Star, T8 through T60. The tamper-proof, T8 through T55. And you got the Hex, 1/4 through 3/8, and 4mm through 10mm. Now, what I do like about this set is all of these Allens, they're mid-length Allens. So my Allens that I have are from Matco, and they're like these Torx right here. They're slightly above they're not super stubby, but they're not super long either. And then I have long ones. And so these are actually right in the middle. So I actually just need these Allens. So there we go. We're at that with $250 after a trade-in. Okay, so you have to trade something in to get that one. So that's actually not too bad if you don't own those. If you're just getting started, that's a good. You got to trade in your old Hex bit driver set. That's not a bad deal, but I already own all that, so it's not going to work for me too much. All right, so you get this free battery post cable cleaner. Okay, that's pretty cool. I don't own that style. I have a small little rinky-dink one. But now this one here, this catches my eye. So I only have the way I test amp draws is with a low amp probe. And I just go around each of the cables until I find until I find the draw. So this has replaceable inline fuses to protect the meter and the tester in the event of a high current source on the vehicle is left on. The tester and meter can remain connected until other computer systems shut down, isolating the drain. So, not real sure how that works. Looks like you hook it up to the battery. I don't really see how that works. I'd have to see one in person. One of my coworkers has something similar to that you hook up, and then you can disconnect the battery, I guess, somehow, and it doesn't disturb the computer system. I don't know. I like my low amp probe. I don't know. I'd have to see that work. I'd have to see how that works there for it to work for me. All right, so you got a digital battery load tester. All right, so this is if you just want a handheld carbon pile tester. $60 right here if you don't have. So this is a load tester though. So this is like, you get those little battery testers that you have that are all strictly digital, and they do a different kind of load. They don't actually put an actual load on it. They test it differently. It's kind of cool because with the handheld digital, you can tell if you have a dead cell. It'll tell you flat out if you have a dead cell, as the carbon pile won't tell you that. And you have a fully automatic battery. Oh, memory saver. All right. Yeah, you know what? Those things. Okay, so those things work on some vehicles and they don't work on some vehicles. So I've had them work. We have the box that you hook up and you plug it in, you turn it on, and it's supposed to save it. I find that it works half the time. So, yeah, if you don't have one, that's good, especially if you're doing, if you're doing work and, let's say you're doing an intake manifold or something, and you got to disconnect the battery. And you're doing, the intake manifold, and you forget that you left the intake air temp sensor disconnected or the mass airflow, and then you set a code. Now you got to clear the codes, you got to drive it, set monitors for smog and all that. So that that comes in handy in that aspect right there, because no matter how good you are, you always have that one car that you leave something disconnected. All right, so here we got the portable and pocket-sized 40 to 1200 cold cranking amp electronic battery and system tester. Man, I'll tell you what. Here's my take on all these battery testers. Give me an old VAT40 with a carbon pile, the old VAT40 that you rolled around, and that's what I want to see, because I can see what the charging system is doing. It's kind of like hooking up to a car with a scope and watching it work versus hooking it up to a computer and the computer just saying pass or fail. I want to see it work, because I've had times where you sit there and you're loading the battery and everything is great and it all looks good, and then all of a sudden it falls on its face and you're like, there we go. So, I don't know. Not a fan of the electronic battery testers, but it seems like that's the way of the future, because the VAT40s are going away. They're just not around. They're expensive to fix. So, I don't have a battery tool set. I have battery tools, but like these battery pliers, and I don't own any of these. I have like the 5/16 or whatever ratcheting, battery terminal there, but that's it. That's all I have. So it looks like you got a puller. That's not bad. I've had times I needed that puller, let me tell you. Got it off, but it's been a pain in the butt. I have this. I bought one of these back when I first started, so I've had this for 16 years, and it still works. But if you buy this for $100, then you get a free battery carrier. That's not bad. You get a free battery carrier. I've seen that one. The shop used to have one of those. Mine's different than that. That one's a ratcheting one. Mine is a self-adjusting one. So, all right, now here we go. Let's get into some drive lines. Now this is something that I don't deal a lot with. If I worked in a transmission shop or a differential shop, I guess I would deal with it a lot more. But, I see these driveline sockets, these wobble driveline sockets, and I've always thought to myself, man, those would be really nice to have. And then you see the price, and they're $250. They're super expensive for a set of them, and I don't do it that often. I rarely do that. And most of the time, my regular sockets can get it done. So, but, hey, that's a good set right there. What are you down? So we got a 12 millimeter 12 point, a 13 millimeter, a 3/8, a 1/2 inch, and they're not telling you what the other ones are, because there's 5, and they're only telling you what the 4 are. But not bad. I could see that coming in handy, definitely. And then pair this right here with the pneumatic U-joint driver. I've never seen one of these, but I always thought that would be pretty darn snazzy to have one of those. But so yeah, that's the impact stuff. That's the driveline stuff right there. $250. All right, now let's roll into this. Now this is something I'm interested in, and this is something that I need to invest in. Is the RBRT for the Torx. So this looks like we're at here with a 13-piece Torx. So we got an 8 through 60. for 136 bucks. Now that's actually not too bad right there. I like that. I actually think I'm going to be getting this as soon as I pay off what I currently have with my extracting stuff I just bought last month. But here you got a free t-shirt for 40 bucks. It's a RBRT t-shirt. So I like that right there. I'm going to be getting this one here. So let me bring that up there. So that looks like an order item number ST13RBRT. Isn't that cute for the number? So there we go. And that is a 13-piece set. So I recommend that. I will definitely be getting that one. Now this is actually pretty cool. I have some similar to this. I like these. So this is 70 bucks right here. And you just get 4 of them. You got the long one. You got the short one. So these two are identical. So this one looks like it's 20 inches. This one's 10 inches. And then you have these two that are just different style. Looks like they have a little bit of an angle to them. I like that. I don't know. A little bit different. I have some. I already have some, but that's not a bad set. But I like what I have personally. So I don't recommend that one. All right. So then here we are. We got this 250 lumen when you need an extra hand rechargeable pocket lamp. Okay. That does not look flattering at all to me. 60 bucks. I'm going to say no on this one. I don't like that. Don't even like the way it looks. I don't see how it could even be beneficial. Here we are for the plastic oil drain plugs. You know, I don't see these a lot. Looks like they're for... So the Fords, like I know the Fords, so the 6.7 Power Stroke, they came out with the plastic drain plug, and then they did away with that oil pan, and they changed it to an actual drain plug. So Ford didn't like that design. They thought that was pretty crappy, apparently because they did away with it. So Volkswagen, Audi, and BMW. So I guess they're doing it. I haven't really seen it. I don't think. Maybe I have. Not sure. I didn't have any special tools to do it. So anyways, 50 bucks if you do a lot of oil changes. Here you are, the 4-piece plastic oil pan plug toolkit. If you do a lot of oil changes, maybe that's worth it. I don't know. I'm sure there's other kits out there that are cheaper than that for this same style of stuff because it's just for oil changes. I wouldn't invest a ton of money on something that's just for oil changes. Mini belt sander. I do not have one of these. Interesting. That is pretty cool right there. If you did a lot of metal fabrication or something like that, looks like it's 270 bucks and you get a 10-pack of belts with the mini 10mm belt sander. If you did body work, you did, metal fabrication, maybe that's worth it right there. 270 bucks, and then of course we can go clothing shopping here. Get the Mac Tools hat right there. I like the black with the green, or not real sure what color that is. I like that one. Yeah, so you can get a bunch of clothes. I'm not going to show you all the clothing. All right, and at the end of the catalog, you can get a high-vis hand protection, your choice of color, orange or green, for 37 bucks. There you go. Get yourself some gloves. And if you're tired of being a mechanic, you can be your own boss and buy a Mac Tools truck. So there's the Mac Tools flyer. Looks like it's good from February 22nd to March 21st. All right. Well, thanks for checking out Nuts and Bolts with Tone. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed my take on the Mac Tools flyer. And check me out on Instagram at Nuts and Bolts with Tone. My daily life as a mechanic. And also, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and hit the bell. You get notified of any future content. And hit the comments. And let me know what you think about this flyer. See you next time.